Well, good evening from New York. Kamala for president. The Wade and Healing Waters. Is Trump being used to trouble the waters? Hmm. Well, why would I say that? Well, I was inspired by a song by Mahalia Jackson, Wade in the Water. And it was about deliverance from slavery and oppression. And it had two things that it said. It said "wade in the water," and it also said, "Is God?" No, it said, "God is troubling the water." Yeah, and from that I had some thoughts. You know, if we elect the first lady president, that's a very healing thing. Waters are seen as a healing thing in many religions. So, especially in the Bible talks about that. You know, and then there's this idea of God troubling the waters. When God troubles the waters, supposedly, it's changing things for the better. And it's been said that, well, a lot of crazy things have been said about Trump. It's actually just a very mentally ill person who shouldn't be president. Um, and really a puppet of the rich. To be honest, that's what he is. And so that with this moving right along, um, if Trump were being chosen by the source of all love, why? He's certainly nothing like Jesus or any of the great souls that come to mind. He's very sick, which means you listen to my arguments before. Um, that's damaged faith and love creates very more selfish people more in pleasure seeking, and people that are all about symbolic need, for power. Because helplessness is at the core of that damaged faith and love, sending us on a course of, after being unable to feel what happened to us because of the overwhelming anxiety, the brain jumps in and gives symbolic replacements for the circumstances and the block need. And so symbolic need is created, and there's no satiation point. So and it's the pain of this is generalized and symbolized. So people are seeking, they fall in love with power and wealth. And Jesus said, that's greed, or the love of symbolic need or money, is the root of all evil. I think an accurate sort of statement, so to speak. If you see evil as a sickness, which I think Jesus did. So, in that case, if there were an outside force troubling the water. Um, a very bad individual could be chosen, I suppose. I take a look at Hitler. He says, "I don't know the Hitler thing," you know. I know it's not a one-on-one comparison, but there's a lot of similarity. Same kind of sickness in the leadership that was involved. Anyway, when we have this kind of a sick person, we shouldn't elect them to lead us. And that's kind of like the sickness of the people. And of course, in Germany at that time, there was a lot of damage. People were feeling pretty powerless and looking for a strong man, you know, kind of replacement daddy to make everything right. And so you get a power monger, a expert at taking advantage of people in that way. And so, yeah, maybe the wrong word, expert. You can't help it, really. It's how they are. But for people that are really sick, they can be attracted to that. So they had a choice in Germany. They could have said no to Hitler and things would have gotten better. And the finger that allowed him to rise and trouble the water um, would have been happy. Yeah, not so much pain, um, and progress toward a more loving country could have been achieved. But when they chose him, well, again, look what happened. But it was a lot more painful. But still, the troubling of the water uh, led to a better Germany. Right now, Germany is a land of love compared to what it was. Uh, and so I take a look at who's supporting Trump right now. Of course, it's very rich people who are greedy and don't want to reinvest in the people who helped them get rich. There are other trading partners that they like to call workers because then they can go, oh, they're a cost to business. Well, let's look at that. Workers are trading partners. And they're no more a cost to business than business is a cost to them. These are all trading partners here. And yeah, so they're that greed, that force of greed, um, is supporting Trump right now. Elon Musk is sending a lot of money because he don't want to pay taxes. He doesn't want a fair trade. There's no free trade without fair trade. That's something that you'll never hear from the more diseased party. So let's say that the intent was to make a more loving nation out of us. Well, if an all-powerful troubling is going on, then if he wins and all of these unpopular kinds of uh, policies endorsed with their 2025 plan go into place, it'll be like a lot of pain. If you like pain, vote for Trump. It's going to be a lot of pain. A lot of people are going to suffer. And the light of this country is going to dim. It will no longer be a beacon of democracy. So I fear. But after that pain, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be an uprising against it. And so the waters were troubled. And either way, the source of all love wins. Through the path of a lot of pain, or the path of standing up for righteousness and virtue. Either way. So, was Trump chosen? Who knows? But there will be a blue wave if they succeed in taking the presidency, and especially if they take the Senate and the House. There will be such a huge wave of progress. You can't suppress that force completely. It's going to be there. And people are going to say, wait a minute. There's going to be a blue wave that's going to drown and utterly destroy the more greedy party. It's going to be gone. And we'll either return to sanity or maybe a new kind of greed might step in. But because power corrupts, we'll need a new party to replace the fallen one. So no, Trump is not the Antichrist, not by biblical definition, that it's a supernatural kind of power of some kind. I haven't seen that. I don't expect to see that, but he's not that. He's not, evil. He's sick, very sick. And that's going to cause a lot of trouble. And, well, if evil is seen as a sickness, yeah, he's evil. Yeah. So there's a big choice ahead of us. And we don't know that Kamala is going to be the final pick. But certainly that would be a wade in the healing water if this country is virtuous enough and caring enough to make that move. Are they? Well, we'll see. But either way, love wins. Love is always the answer. And we'll see what happens. In the meantime, vote blue. I hope you understand that that's extremely important. Yeah. I like to give my Irish blessing at the end of my presentations. And that Irish blessing is That Irish blessing is as follows. It was a glitch in my computer. Something popping up that it shouldn't have been. Okay. And the blessing goes like this. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sunshine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand, or her hand, or its hand, however you see the source of all love. And remember what the great Carl Sagan said, especially when you're communicating with yourself and others. We are the universe knowing itself. And I love the goodbye and the hello used in India that means that. And that greeting and goodbye is namaste, which honors the wonder that we're all a part of. No matter who we are, no matter how sick or fallen, we're part of that wonder. Always have a feeling of wonder when you're speaking in respect, when you're speaking to yourself or others. And so make a better day today. You know you can. The coming day. Of course, depending on when I get this published. And depending on where you're living. But yeah. Make one better day. You know you can. And may the source of all love bless this great country. Namaste.